Greetings for the second day of interview, and I think I will talk more of my ministries and experiences, so I can share some of those insights for those who want to have the kind of ministries or career I have had or are still going and doing for the Lord.
So, Prof. Sam, here's your question. Why Mrs. Lubag for 47 years now?
Oh, okay. That's a simple question, but needs to be answered in a way that Mrs. Lubag herself would appreciate. But anyway, I told you that I was raised up in dormitory at least 12 years with all the ladies, but I chose to have Mrs. Lubag. I'm not saying there were no other girls or ladies that I was attracted to or with, but I was so serious of Mrs. Lubag when I met her in the seminary when I was doing the theological education. And I have said first that music is my main business, just to learn to read notes, and that's it. But in addition to that is unexpected because I just met Mrs. Lubak. And I think she has, I'm not too educated enough when it comes to preparation to marriage. Maybe because I was not guided enough parentally by my both mothers and father because they were gone when I needed them most. Anyway, there are, I think, two things that brought us together. One is, of course, the Christian faith. We belong to the same Christian brotherhood, and that one thing in common draw us nearer to each other. The other one is related to that. Both of us are very servant-oriented kind of people. We would love to serve people, and I don't know why she developed that, and I know why I developed mine. But I just learned that she was not really serious going to seminary. She was just promised by her mom because in order for her to survive, she was in the point of living and dying, that kind of 50% of survival. And my mother-in-law prayed hard, seriously to God, please give life to my daughter, and if she grows up, I will let her go to the seminary as my commitment to you, Lord. And so it happened. So it's not really primarily the decision of this to come. It is my mother's wish, dying wish, how we can say. But there I met her in the seminary, and she has values or virtues or kinds of talent that I really did when you are a kind of person that you don't have maternal or parental, somebody who takes care of you. And so she took care of my clothes, the laundry, and all things related to taking care of one person, and that draws me nearer to her. And I should have been serious because I never had a girl that I had to travel at least an 8-hour travel and maybe 5 kilometer distance walk just to meet her relatives, and maybe I can say my in-laws to be. And so in that point of view, I even walk uh, in that place. During that time, there was no electricity, so I just depend on the moonlight. And dogs are just running after me. But anyway, so because I decided to come and visit her, I guess once in every 3 months. So there was a time that I have to sleep in their house because there's no way that I have to return. It's so delicate. The crime rate then is hire because it will be a martial law soon. So anyway, all those hindrances, we say, uh, benefited me in a way. Do I really take this lady as one? And of course, she was very beautiful girl, very attractive, very diligent, maybe not a scholarly type, but simple enough, maybe a provincial kind of girl, because she grew up in a Ilocos region, and wanting to be in the sense of not wanting her, even our own missionaries, Dr. James Mrs. Haig and his wife, were never in favor for us to be a boyfriend and girlfriend kind of, situation. Uh, and I can understand why they said that, why they commented in that way, because she's an Ilocana and I'm a Tagalog. She's a provincial girl and I'm a city boy. There are so many diversities that we can have, and I say individual differences. And again, those contributions that might be looked at as negative, I took it as positive in a challenge, in a trial, in a test. Is this really the girl? That's the only girl I spent a lot of time, a lot of gifts, a lot. And I don't have to say that to you. And one of those things that I don't forget, this will be my career in the future, I decided. So I need a lady to be my partner, to be as a partner, kind of partnership, kind of working in life as a married person. She must be the one who understands my career for all of my life. Because if I will not get somebody who cannot understand me, then marriage might just collapse in earliest time as possible. It can be, but as I am saying now, we are 47. I'm looking forward if I can reach on 50. I don't know, but that's my wish. I know I'm not healthy as she is because I'm a city boy and I didn't have maybe enough nutrition. As I try to say, we were poor. We don't have enough financial or funding for anything, so I think I'm not healthy enough. So physically, physiologically, I think I need somebody who can take care of me, and that's Mrs. Lubag. I cannot see anybody else anywhere, anyhow. That's her. I picked her as my wife to be. But anyway, it was not her decision for us to get married soon. It's my mother-in-law, really. She said, I can even hear that. She thought I cannot understand Ilocano, but I was learning personally. She said, Isuna. In Ilocano, Isuna. Sana magaling na sa mali. It means in English, that's him. You should not take for any other person. That's him. He is serious enough. You have to get married soon. And so we got married soon. Earlier than we expected. So that's the answer to the question, why Mrs. Lubag?
Right, Robson, your next question is, what were the institutions or churches you've been involved?
Well, two countries to make sure, Philippines and USA. I don't know how many years in US and how many years in the Philippines. But the first church I have had is, I have not finished my seminary yet. It was 2 year full-time in Rizal Laguna. And then next to Rizal Laguna is Liliw Laguna. The church in Liliw Laguna is very progressive. That's the only church that I know with a couple of elders who were millionaires then. They're no longer around. So I get this kind of feeling of feeling uneasy when they said, we need to give you 5 years. So being a greenhorn in the ministry, I said I cannot take 5 years. Let's just take a year, and maybe after a year then we decide. But anyway, to make it again the story short, short than the longer one, I chose to go to Cardona, which ended, if I'm not mistaken, they said I took 6 or 7 years in Cardona Church of Christ in Rizal Province. After Cardona, I can still remember that before going to my home church or my wife's home church, which is the Locos, I was asked by Rizal Laguna to at least take 6 months because they will celebrate the 75th anniversary of the church. So I helped, and I spent at least a year with my wife and one son, just to help the church to celebrate that a year preparation, as I say, for 75th anniversary. After Rizal Laguna, uh, there comes now the offer of going to U.S. The scholarship thing. So that started my ministry in U.S. I said earlier that it took me the first study in 13 months. Then I went home, and then the school suggested that I come back with a family, which happened by God's grace. So a total of stay with studies, I guess, because it's come back and forth, maybe less than 8 years with my family in Tennessee. So a good point with that, my two children were able to enroll in Johnson Bible College for their college degrees, which is now called Johnson University in Knoxville. Just, I guess, a couple of 100 miles from the Johnson City, where Emmanuel School of Religion, which is now Emmanuel Christian Seminary, is located just across the Milligan Highway, which has the Milligan College. From Tennessee, I helped my brother in Virginia when he was pastoring, my brother David. It was called, it's close to Virginia Beach, it's Chesapeake. It's Victory Boulevard Church of Christ. So I spent 6 months, but the church in California, in Los Angeles, called Westwood Hills Christian Church, in which the pastor is one of the board members who was really seriously helping me in education, said, we will send you to the Philippines, because that was the plan. I went to States for study, and now after the schooling, I will go back to the Philippines, to my country home and my homeland, and serve the Filipino people. And so they supported me by all good means. They supported me to be a local missionary. So what happened is the reality. I go to the States for study, and I went, and I returned and finished my course. There are so many travels. I took both the master's degree and the doctor's degree, but my wife was so helpful that she has to work because we have 3 children with us in all those years. I served also the islands of Hawaii, I guess 6 months or 7 months in Kauai, and maybe 2 years in Maui, and more than 2 years in Oahu, Central Oahu Christian Church. Those are the places. Oh, before that, I resigned as a Philippine College of Ministry president because of health reason. It was serious enough that my doctor said you have to resign and find a place not cold enough. So I went to U.S. And the first church I went to and served with is the Filipino American Christian Church, with mostly Filipinos, but some were born inside America, the USA land. It was merged to another church, which I served also, but not as a full-time. We call it interim ministry for 6 months till they got the permanent one. Now what's in Carson Christian Church in Carson City, California. Then I go to the island, to the Hawaii Island, and then after Hawaii Island, I did I say interim also in San Jose Christian Church. Or I should have said San Jose Church of Christ in San Jose, California. Uh, There, I got this experience, very, very, very big and huge challenge of life because I had the two surgeries of my left and right carotid surgeries, which let me suggested by my doctors you have to go to a place where there are healthy places and good food and fresh air, and so that comes Hawaii in that way. Hawaii is the places that I needed most, so I went there. But anywhere in the U.S., however long I went there for studies and for ministries, interim or permanent, I always felt this feeling of how can I serve Filipino better. Of course, there are so many Filipinos around the world, but I think nobody understands Filipinos by blood and by brain, but one who might be like me. So, and I did not make a mistake. I returned to U.S. First, we were in Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii is the best place we have had. I mean, in our marriage life. Name all the things you need, the necessities in life. Hawaii is the best. But productivity-wise in your life, it's not self-fulfilling. It's not meant to be in a way in proportion to what I have studied. I cannot share what I learned in Hawaii people, not as much as I can share it to the Filipino people in the Philippines. So when PCM called the board of trustees to the each chairman asked me, would you like to come to PCM because the accreditation you wish and you dream did not materialize. I think we need you to have it happen. And so I went. But I have to go home first. And I have to study the situation. And then my wife and I talk. Because I was only 63 or 64. And she was only 63. And I said, 2 more years, or a couple of years before she get pension. But anyways, the decision was I have to go alone. And so I went to PCM. I lived there alone for 1.5 semester. And the accreditation work, initially work. We all worked together with all the administration, and it worked. And so after we think that that's good enough in 3 semesters time, and the paperwork and everything legally are needed, I think it will go. This Talon Church of Christ, which I served interim when I was teaching in Vegan as a professor, asked me because there are a couple of pastors resigned, and with that intention I went at least 2.5 years and brought a couple of PCM graduates to serve with me. And then after a couple of years, I had to resign because my wife decided that Talon Church of Christ is not really our end place of ministry. By then, Professor Arthur Santiago was in need of somebody, and it fit my situation. He thought I'm one of the best to be a contributory to the needs of the ICCN. There it began 7 years ago, and I promised, Art, I think 5 years is good enough. So I did 2 years of Black Horse, and after 2 years of Black Horse, we were thinking, I have another 3 years. And it so happened that Taytay Church of Christ, 2 pastors have resigned. It brings memories of Talon, both a couple of pastors. So I took Taytay for, again, interim ministry for just a year till they got the full-time, the right guy to pastor the church. So while I was doing almost full-time in Taytay, I'm still teaching at ICCN. And it grows and it grows. You can see in the PowerPoint that I never had 63 students in one course. So I thought, Lord, I am needed here. This is the place that I am most needed and we can be productive. And it so happened that Mrs. Lubag is about to retire. And she agreed and she loved the place. And I said, this is the place. We say in Filipino, baka dito na kami lulubugan ng araw. In English, maybe this is the dawning place of our life that we can still be productive and we are most needed. And we are now still here in ICCN. I am first a regular professor, then became guidance counselor as approved by the chair, even though I don't have enough units, but I have enough experience, they said. And then I will not go with the dates. Then appointed as head of theology. And last year they just gave me the position of chancellor of the college. Chancellor may be, as a simple explanation, somebody who had experience of being a president of a Christian college and can be an advisory or can suggest something to the present president. Because then, Professor Art Santiago was moved up to chairmanship, and then Professor Rick became the president. I think that's a long answer to the question anyway.
Right, Prof. Sam, your last question would be,
Okay.
you said a while ago that you're already on your, the last phase of your ministry.
Okay.
Now that you are part of ICCM, what are your future plans and what would be your ministerial look like in your remaining years?
Well, I think right now my talents or skills or however you call it is an educator. I'm not really a pastor to prioritize my ministerial gifts, as we say. I am an educator first because of the education I've had. I never thought of that. So God put me there. And the school needs an educator, somebody that can be like me or someone, not only me. So I think I fit the situation as far as necessities or needs in the school. And then I started to revive my writing of books. I did that 20 years ago. Actually, this is the 20th year that I was writing a book. I revived it when I sensed that most of our products don't have their own library. And most of our products, they say we are COC, we are Church of Christ. But they're using materials that are not Church of Christ. And even now, I can say no offense to any pastor or minister. They're just taking their sermon from website, and I'm not against of buying literature. That's okay, it helps you. But because you lack sometimes of like theological or exegetical way of studies of literature, sometimes you are misled. And because it is not your originality, you really don't teach it or preach it or share it coming from your heart because it's coming from other minds. So my last phase of ministry is just keep on writing books. I know time will come, I can no longer stand, I can no longer teach, but I can still think and write my thoughts and share it through the books. Lately, I just made the announcement, sir, I put the statement, I will put almost all of my books written out in the website. So all those who want, just be a member of, right now the name is ICCM 2020. if any of our sister seminaries want me to put my literatures, what I wrote, in their website, you are welcome to have them. But please let me know so I can prepare. I think one of the worst ways to help people, not only to educate them, but give them literature, if you have some to share to them. And even though I'm not around, they still can benefit on what I have written. Thank you for listening. I hope I did not take so much of your time. I hope it helps. And God bless you. Preachers, preach. Teachers, teach in the ways of the Lord. Thank you. Amen.